everyone. I'm just going to turn off commenting so that when people join in, and because I'll be sitting a bit far away, you may or may not be able, I may not be able to see your comments. So anyway, so here we are for today's live chat, and that is the Ayurvedic at-home foot massage. Just so you know, I'm a bit far away and I hope that you can hear me, and yeah, I'm just going to wait for a few of you to join in. And I know I'm here, I think, after 2 weeks for this live chat. I hope that you all enjoyed the previous one, the Ayurvedic hand massage live chat that we did, and I do hope that all of you are practicing that at home, because today is more like a follow-on from the Ayurvedic hand massage. It is something that you can do at home, and it is something that, you know, again, very good for many different ailments and illnesses. So we will go through all of that today. But before I start off with the Ayurvedic foot massage routine and instructions, first of all, thanks a lot to everyone who has joined into the initiative of the low-cost Ayurvedic clinic, which will be running from the 14th to the 18th of June. And I will be running the low-cost clinic over here too in London from my clinic, my spa, and of course 14th to the 18th of June. And it'll be during the day, approximately 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. all the 5 days. And I will be doing low-cost clinics, of course, you know, either online or in person. So it's up to you, whichever way that you want to attend. And for whatever reason, if you're not able to travel, we can also have the low-cost clinic online. And the cost and details for my low-cost clinic are 30-minute slots and £15 per 30 minutes. And during that time, of course, bear in mind, because it's a shorter time, so I'll be focusing more on your main complaints and imbalances. But very important for me is to be able to check your pulse and tongue. That means if you're able to come in person, it is even better, because through that I'm able to give you a better kind of, you know, suggestion and approaches based on pulse and tongue diagnosis. And of course, and based on that, then very simple remedies will be given, suggestions based on, of course, you know, foods, herbs, massages, yoga, everyday routine. So first of all, thanks to everyone who's already joined in and who have started promoting it, and I mean their own low-cost clinics. And I'm very fortunate that I have people already signed in. Please do bear in mind, not everyone is here on Instagram, so people are doing it in person too. So I have approximately 25 people all over the world, of course, here in UK, from Europe. I've had people from America and lots of people from India, from Australia, New Zealand. They are very keen to be a part of this initiative, which is from the 14th to the 18th of June. Okay, so that was about the low-cost clinic, and let's start off with today's foot massage session. Okay, so last time we talked about hand, now today is the feet. Now, why feet? Because in Ayurveda, we believe that in a way, we do say that our eyes are a window to our soul, our brain. But interestingly, if you want to approach your eyes or your brain or your head, we sometimes even go through our feet. So that is what we look into. In Ayurveda, there's a general kind of, you know, if you want to call it guideline or reference, let's say if you're looking to get rid of excess heat or pitta from the body, then foot massages are really good. So focus on your feet if there's excess heat in the body. I will talk about indications, contraindications in a minute. Of course, now if there's excess vata dosha, we've actually gone through it. Hand massages are really good for any kind of dryness, anxiety, palpitations, vata related changes. And now last, kapha related changes. So if someone has got excess kapha or congestion, heaviness, mucus or anything like that, then you can either do a tummy massage, like we call it Nabhya Bhyanga in Ayurveda, tummy massage, or even a back massage is really good. Of course, we can't do our own back massage, so we're going to be focusing on the tummy if it is to do with excess kapha in the body. And now coming to the foot massage. Now very quickly in terms of preparation, let me show you. I've got some oil over here, like last time, it's all warmed up. And I also have a towel over here for later on to wipe my hands, but even feet, very important. And then last bit is over here. It's a bit heavy. So here I have got, I know this is a copper kind of, you know, bowl. I can't remember where I got it from, but this is what I use with warm hot water. Or even if you've seen my other video that I put there, you know, for that warm milk foot bath, this is what I'd used. So if you have something like that, at the end of the foot massage, for you to soak your feet in. So these are the main things that you will need in terms of the foot massage practice. Now bear in mind, the foot massage is going to be only like 4 to 5 minutes each foot, and at the end of it will be putting your feet or soaking your feet in warm hot water. Now before I start off showing the foot massage routine, understanding why our foot massage is so important or how do they work, I'm just going to show you my foot so that you understand. You will see that in Ayurveda we have something called as Marma therapy, and Marma therapy is nothing but like reflexology, or compared to Chinese acupuncture, acupressure, shiatsu points. But I know this is what I usually say, that I say this not because I'm some crazy Ayurvedic fanatic, but yes, completely into Ayurveda. But interestingly, even reflexology, shiatsu or acupressure, acupuncture, they actually all come from Marma therapy in Ayurveda. And now when you're looking into this Marma therapy, this is energy point therapy and something like reflexology. And in Ayurveda, we believe that from the big toe that you see over here, there is one particular nadi or channel that actually flows down, and I hope you can see it, on the inside of the foot going till the heel, but from there it travels up into the inside of the leg, coming up inside of the thigh. And of course, people who do practice yoga, of course you know about it. You've got the Muladhara chakra at the lower end of the vertebral column, spinal cord. Then from there, that nadi then travels up through all the chakras, coming up to the brain or the spinal cord from behind over here. But then from the Ajna chakra or the third eye point, that particular nadi is then distributed to the eye. So that is how that big connection from your big toe, foot, inside of the leg, coming up through all the 7 chakras, 7 being 6 chakras to be honest, coming up to the Ajna chakra and then being distributed to the eyes. And it's interesting that you will see that if you want to bring changes in the head and neck region, you actually start from the feet, or when you start doing things to your feet, it will actually help bring changes in the head and neck region too. Now, I'm going to quickly say this now. You will see that a lot of times, especially people who are Ayurvedic therapists who are listening to me, and when we do head massage workshops and stuff like that, I usually tell them that if someone were to come with an unexplained headache, whereby the client may say, yes, I have had this headache for the last 3-4 days, but I really don't know the reason because I've never had such a headache in the past. If that is the case, then of course, just not medically, bearing in mind our insurance, but also in Ayurveda, we believe that we don't touch the head because we don't know what the cause may be. It can be like increase intracranial pressure, any burst artery, we have no idea. So first of all, we do say that ask the clients to go to their GP and get it checked if they don't know what the reason is. But if they still want a treatment, then the best way of getting rid of that headache is by doing foot massages. So this is for therapists. If you're going to be doing your foot massages in your clinic, then of course it might be a 45-minute treatment, which is of course a bit different, which you'll be doing at home. So that is how foot massages actually help to bring changes in the head and neck region. So yes, so bear in mind that big connection, please do write it down, because anytime burning of the eyes, like burning headache, irritability, anger, anything in this region, sometimes you don't want to touch here, you might want to go to the feet. Okay, so let's start our foot massage. So explaining that first bit first. So let me take a bit of oil, and then you will see that first of all, when you're taking that oil, then you're going to be applying it to the whole foot. Now, when you're going to be applying, please bear in mind, apply to the whole foot until the ankle. So coming up till the ankle. So applying the oil everywhere. Now, you will see that when we do the foot massage, because you're going to be doing it at home, you'll be doing it until or just above the ankle. If you are an Ayurvedic therapist, I'm sure you must know that you sometimes go up till the knees. Even though we say foot massage, it is just not for the feet, but as a therapist, we are massaging up till the knees. But at home, it is up till the ankle. So once you've applied oil to the whole of the foot sole, I hope you can see. First of all, something like the hand massage, but slightly different. You're going to be starting off with what is called as transfer strokes, just below the toes. So best is to do it with your thumb, because you can apply pressure. So it's going side to side, just in this area. In this area also, what we have, of course, based on reflexology, we've got the solar plexus, but in Ayurveda, it is also to do with the diaphragm. So if anyone is suffering from kind of breathing difficulties, palpitations, anything like that, bear in mind to focus on this region in the foot sole. So this bit, so side to side, transfer strokes in that region. Once you finish that, then with both your thumbs, starting from the foot sole, you're going to be doing upward movement. We call it rolling of thumbs, going up till the toes, sliding both thumbs down. So starting again, rolling of thumbs, going up till the toes, then sliding down. You can do this all over the foot sole, from inside, from the outside, just rolling of thumbs going up, sliding back down. Once you finish that, now next is going to be the heel. So on the heel, you can either do it with your 2 fingers or your thumb, whichever is easy. But because you're going to be doing it for yourself, fingers are easy. So two fingers, not one, because you're going to apply pressure literally in the center of the heel. So first is going to be anti-clockwise. Now this is a Marma point. So when you're doing anti-clockwise, it is detoxifying, it is stimulating, it is energizing. Any kind of blocked energy, anti-clockwise stroke helps to get rid of it. After that, then you're going to be doing clockwise. Now I'm going to say this now. If someone is pregnant and if you want to do a foot massage for yourself, if you're pregnant, then please avoid the anti-clockwise stroke, because anti-clockwise stroke is also quite heating. And in Ayurveda, we say that during pregnancy, we're not looking to increase heat, but we're actually looking to calm it down, get rid of it. And hence, when you're going to be doing for pregnancy, just clockwise stroke is more than enough. So anti-clockwise stroke and clockwise stroke on the heel. Bear in mind, this particular point also is a Marma point, and it relates to the nervous system. It relates to the skeletal bones. It also relates to the endocrine system. So anyone with any changes in those systems, this is a good point to massage. Now, once you've done that, then now next coming to the center of the foot sole. So literally over here, we call it the heart and lungs Marma point, something similar to our hands. But now the difference over here is this heart and lungs Marma point called as Tala Hridaya. If someone is experiencing excess heat in the heart and lungs region, this is a good point to massage. So once again, classically, as if you remember from my last video, I've said we always massage a Marma point with the next Marma point. So likewise, this is a Marma point which is relating to heart and lungs point in the body. So using that same Marma point for the foot sole. So anti-clockwise again, and then clockwise in the middle of the foot sole. Now you will see that when you do this stroke, you will feel a soothing effect literally in the heart and lungs region. So any changes over there, anti-clockwise, clockwise. So that's the next one. Now after that, then you're going to be focusing on the sides of the feet, literally on the sides. It's interesting because in reflexology too, something like in Ayurveda, the inside of the foot, this bit relates to the back, the vertebral column. So this bit that you see, the big toe, is actually the brain region. This little bit over here that you see in the side is more to do with the neck. But in Ayurveda, just over here, you can see this bulging bit. You can see my foot, I've got, it is hereditary where my toe kind of turns inside big toe. But you'll see that this pointing bit that you see over here is to do with the eyes. That means any excess heat in the eyes, inflammation in the eyes, this is a good point to massage. Even if you think that, burning eyes, hay fever related symptoms, or even if deteriorating vision, this is a good point to massage on the inside over here. But that is that bit, eyes, and the rest of it is the back or the vertebral column. So when you're going to be massaging this bit, bear in mind, you're going to be doing circular strokes on the inside going down towards the heel. Near the heel, big strokes near the heel. From there, then sliding, applying pressure, sliding your fingers up, coming up to the big toe. I'm going to repeat it again. Circular strokes from the big toe on the inside of the foot, coming to the heel. When you come to the heel, big circles near the heel, and then sliding, applying a bit of pressure, sliding your fingers up to the big toe. Likewise, you'll be doing on the outside. I know you can't really see that well on the outside because of the way I'm sitting. But once again, bear in mind, circular strokes going down towards the foot. Let me turn it around this way, over here. Then big circles on the inside, outside near the heel, and then sliding the fingers up. So circular strokes going down towards the heel, and then sliding your fingers up towards the little toe. Once you've done that, now next is the toes itself. So for each toe, as we've done for the hand massage, similar one. First is going to be anti-clockwise, either with your thumb or your fingers. I'll do it with this hand. Bear in mind, my anti-clockwise may look clockwise to you, but it is anti-clockwise, then clockwise, and then this is slightly bit different from the root of the toe. We say you are pulling, squeezing up till the tip of the toe. When you do that, you may see that it might feel a bit painful, but it is good, because all these marma points or areas of the toes, actually they relate to the brain, the sinuses, the cortex part of the brain. And because, as we all know, probably you must know, the cortex part of the brain then kind of is divided out into the functions of the whole body. So when you're pressing it might be a bit painful, but you need to squeeze that kind of negative energy, toxins out. So that likewise for each toe. So anti-clockwise, clockwise, and squeezing and coming up till the tip. So doing that for each toe, anti-clockwise, clockwise, squeezing from the root, coming up till the tip. Then I'm doing the fourth one, anti-clockwise, clockwise, squeezing from the root, coming up to the tip. And lastly, the little toe, anti-clockwise, clockwise, and then squeezing up till the tip. You can repeat each of these approximately 3 to 5 times, so repeating each strokes between 3 to 5 times. Once you've done all of those, then coming back to the foot sole and applying lots of pressure and massaging back up and down. So going up and down, so applying a bit of pressure, because that is how you get releasing any kind of blocked toxins. Once you've done that, then now coming to the top of the foot. So when you're going to be doing top of the foot, let me show it to you this way. First of all, top of the foot, again something similar to the hand massage. The tendons between the toes, the spaces between the tendons, these are relating to the shrotas, and hence over here, if possible, long strokes outwards between the toes, long strokes outwards. So between the tendons, between the toes, long strokes towards the toes. So doing that at least 3 to 5 times between each, between tendons, going to the little toe, and from there, if possible, you are working yourself back towards the big toe. So bear in mind, long strokes. I'm just showing again with my fingers so that you know what I'm doing. So long strokes going downwards. Once you've done that bit, long strokes going downwards, then next you're coming to the ankle bones. Now bear in mind, ankle bones, these are also marma points, and the way the marma points, the way they are related to, we believe that these now are related once again to the skeletal system, bones, and especially big nerves in the body. So when we say big nerves, things like sciatic nerve, femoral nerve, brachial nerve, so all those big nerves which may sometimes cause tingling, numbness and pain. So nervous system, bones, but around here is also to do with the reproductive system. So especially in women, if they suffer from things like dysmenorrhea, menstrual pain, period pains, or any kind of problems, and massaging around the ankle bones is really good. But again, the way you're going to be massaging, I know because I've gotten so used to it, you'll see that I can do both anti-clockwise, and it looks a bit weird, and clockwise at the same time. But if you can't, then choose each bone at a time. First going anti-clockwise. Now whenever you're massaging marma points, please bear in mind each side is at least 11 times. So anti-clockwise 11 times, clockwise 11 times. Once you finish that, then opposite side over here once again, anti-clockwise 11 times, clockwise 11 times. And if you're able to do both together, it is even better. Once you've done that, now a very important bit that sometimes people do forget when they're doing the foot massage, they're just literally focusing on the feet. But in Ayurveda, for us, this Achilles tendon region is very important. You will see that when you're holding a lot of tension, like irritability, anger, that kind of fire, pitta related emotions in the body, this bit can be quite painful, and hence focusing on this bit is also important. So over here, literally with your thumb and fingers, if you're able to just squeeze and stroke back and forth, you will see that when you're massaging, it might hurt a bit, but it is good. But please do bear in mind, do not apply too much pressure because it's a very sensitive area. So literally over here, back and forth a few times. Now once you finish this, then coming now, very important bit for the foot is between the toes. So between the toes, classically what we do is, I hope you can see, you actually hold one finger on top, the other one down. You're kind of holding and coming up till the, between the, what we call as the web between the toes, and holding there for a few moments. So you're going to be coming up and down. I hope you can see, because I know it's a video, so sometimes it's not possible to show directly, but between the toes, you're holding and coming up to the kind of corner and then letting go. So you're applying pressure, coming up till there and letting go. Doing that a few times. Now bear in mind, this can also be quite painful if there is excess heat and pitta emotions in the body. So you have to be gentle when you're doing this. So once you've finished doing the pulling between the toes, the webs, then taking a bit of oil. I know my foot has dried out, which shows that I've got a lot of dryness in the body. Now once you've done that, then with both hands from bottom and top, literally squeezing out till the toes and letting go from there. Literally squeezing out, applying as much pressure as possible and squeezing out. Once you've done that, then what you're going to be doing is literally you're going to be holding your foot with one hand. Classically, I would hold the ankle joint with the other. You're going to be moving your foot first up and down, back and forth. So it might be a bit painful. Sometimes you may be holding resistance, so be careful to let go. Then side to side. Something as we've done for the hand massage too. Then circular movement in any one direction. Circular movement, opposite direction. So once you've done that, that finishes the foot massage for one side. Now I'm going to be showing on the other side so that you can quickly practice with me, and so that you know it's like a repetition. You will know how it is rather than just hearing to the explanation. Just doing it one after the other quickly so that you'll remember the strokes again. So let me take a bit of oil once again, applying to the whole of the foot. Now we start with the foot sole first. So once you've applied oil, then first is going to be side to side movement just below the toes. So that is what we start off with. So first a side to side movement just below the toes. Then next is going to be rolling of thumbs coming up till the toes. When you come up, sliding both thumbs back down. Rolling of thumbs all of the foot sole going up till the toes, sliding back down. One more time, rolling of thumbs going up till the toes, sliding back down. So once you finish that, now next is going to be on the heel. Now on the heel, in the center of the heel with your 2 fingers, because it's a Marma point, anti-clockwise movement first and then clockwise. So anti-clockwise and clockwise. Once you finish that, in the middle of the heel, then coming to this bit over here in the middle of the foot sole with your palm. Once again anti-clockwise at least 3 to 5 times, and then clockwise, applying tiny bit of pressure but with the palm, not with your fingers. So once you finish that bit, now next you're coming to the sides of the feet. So first of all, starting from the inside of the foot, from the big toe, you're going to be doing circular movements going down till the heel, big circles at the heel, and then from there squeezing your fingers up till the big toe. So circular movements inside of the foot sole, coming down towards the heel, big circles near the heel and sliding the fingers up. Same thing is going to be on the outside of the foot. So from the little toe, circular strokes, applying a bit of pressure, coming up to the heels, big circles near the heel, and then sliding the fingers up. I'm just going to show it this way around so that you can see it. So from this side, you're going to be doing circular strokes, going down. I know you can't see. And I'm doing tiny bit of yoga as I sit here, pulling my thighs up, my knees up, sliding the fingers up till the little toe. So once you finish that bit, now next is going to be the toes itself. So for the toes, each toe is going to be anti-clockwise, clockwise, and squeezing up till the tip. You're going to be repeating 3 to 5 times, but we're just doing a few times at the moment. Anti-clockwise, clockwise near the tip. Then from the root, you're squeezing up till the tip. So anti-clockwise, clockwise near the ball of the toe, and then squeezing from the root till the tip of the toe. Anti-clockwise, clockwise, and squeezing up. One last time, anti-clockwise, clockwise, and then squeezing up. Once you finish that, now for this part of the foot sole, lots of strokes going up and down. So literally with your thumbs, making sure that the movement is up towards the toes and back down towards the heel. So once you finish this for foot sole, now coming next on top of the foot. So now on top of the foot, as I said earlier, is going to be long strokes between the tendons towards the toes. So long strokes between the tendons towards the toes. So you're going to be doing that between the tendons all over the foot. So if there is any congestion, water retention, this is a good stroke to apply. So long strokes going up. Once you finish that, now coming to the ankle bones. So as I've said earlier, you can either do both ankle bones together if you want to. First anti-clockwise and then clockwise. Or you can do one at a time, one ankle bone at a time, anti-clockwise, clockwise, and the other one, anti-clockwise, and then clockwise. So once you finish these bits, over here, now last bit, as I said earlier, very important, is the Achilles tendon. So over here, once again, circular strokes, squeezing strokes going back and forth. So going up and back down, so circular strokes, squeezing strokes going back and forth. Now once you finish this, now next bit is coming to between the toes. As I said earlier, you're going to be squeezing, holding the toe on top and below, so it's like literally squeezing out. Coming till the web, holding there for a few seconds. Holding there for a few seconds is also important because that is how you're also helping to get rid of that excess heat, inflammation, irritability from the body. So coming up till the web, holding there for a few seconds, and you can't see, sorry. And then letting go, so coming up till the web between the toes, holding there for a few seconds, letting go. Sometimes you can also roll your fingers between the toes if you want to, but if there's a lot of heat in the body, you will see that you can't spread the toes out, so best is not to do that. Just hold between the web and then letting go. Now once you've done that, once again, as I said earlier, nice long massage strokes, squeezing up till the toes, back down towards the heels, squeezing up till the toes, back down towards the heel. And now the last bit is you're going to be holding your foot with one hand, with the other hand. Bear in mind, it's like movement in the ankle joint. So first is back and forth, up and down. Sometimes this can also be quite painful if there is a lot of heat, not just accumulated in the ankle joint, but any joints in the body. So first is back and forth, then side to side. And the last bit is circular movement in any one direction and then opposite direction. So once you've finished all these strokes, that means you've finished both feet. You will see that when you finish the massage, it hardly takes more than 10 minutes. It's like 5 to 6 minutes each foot. Once you've done that, then putting your feet in hot water. I'm not going to put my feet over there because I'm going to come close, and if you have any questions, we can talk about it. Indications, contraindications, but yes, put your feet in hot water. So if you do have some hot water at the moment, and if you have finished the massage, please go ahead, put your feet in hot water. Maybe you can put some lemon juice, it makes it even better. So bear in mind, lemon juice, salt, tiny amount of salt, any oil, the same oil that you have used for massage, just put some amount of oil in that hot water too. If you do have ginger lemon tea at home, just open up one bag, put it in the hot water. I usually not joke, but as you all know, I always say this. I usually say that I'm Indian and hence I love to save. I don't like to waste anything. So at the end of the day, or if you've made yourself a cup of tea, please don't waste that ginger lemon tea or saffron cardamom tea or any tea that you might have. Just put it in the hot water as a foot bath later on for you to do it after your foot massage. Okay, so that was about the routine itself. Now quickly going through indications, contraindications, and what oils and everything, all the other information for the foot massage. For this, if you don't mind, I'm going to come and sit close to you so that I can see if anyone's got questions and you can ask questions. So here I sit close to you, it is easier now. Okay, so yeah, so that was about the foot massage, and now looking into other details of the foot massage. Now the best time to do foot massages are actually in the evening, after or before going to bed. That's the best time. So maybe 30 minutes before bedtime, do yourself a foot massage, put your feet in hot water, then let it soak for 5-10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, it's up to you. And then after that, please remember to wash off or wipe off that excess oil. Please do not go to bed with oil on your feet, because overnight our body becomes cold. We believe that the digestive file also goes to sleep, and when that happens, then any oil that you've applied to the body, then rather than becoming like a cleansing kind of liquid, fluid or oil, it will start blocking the channels. Now this is especially for people who live in colder countries. Of course, in places like India, because it is hot and humid, it is slightly different. But at least in colder countries, it is very important to wash off the oil before you go to sleep. So evening time is the best, but doesn't have to be evening time. You can do this foot massage anytime during the day, whenever you think you have a bit of time, just putting aside 15-20 minutes altogether. Now, in terms of indications, now as I said earlier, foot massages are really good for people who may have excess heat in the body. So anyone with excess heat. Now looking into like specific examples where this foot massage is really good is if someone is suffering from headaches, migraines, excess pressure around the head, pressure around the eyes, then doing this foot massage that I've just now shown you with Brahmi Amla oil. So I'm going to go through also at the same time. So foot massages with Brahmi Amla oil for headaches, migraines, pressure around the head or burning around the eyes. Again, so that is the best. Now, foot massages are also very good for all nervous system imbalances, and probably this is something that people who are already therapists or practitioners who can give the suggestion to their clients, or if anyone is listening who may have these imbalances. Amazingly, I know people can't really see the kind of correlation, but this regular foot massage, what I've shown just now, is really good for people who suffer from Parkinson's, from multiple sclerosis, people who suffer from tendency towards stroke or paralysis, any part, it can be hemiplegia, paraplegia, quadriplegia, so anything, so foot massages are really good for that. But not only that, foot massages are also now very good for individuals who may have tendency towards or may be suffering from conditions like epilepsy or convulsions, because we believe that epilepsy and convulsions may also be that kind of imbalance where there is dry heat in the body, and hence for that foot massages are also really good. Now, foot massages are also very quickly for all these nervous system imbalances, doing the foot massage with Mahanarayan oil is the best. So that is one of the best oils to use, that is Mahanarayan oil. I'm just going to turn on commenting so that if I need to kind of write any oil names or anything like that, it is easy. Or probably there are some of my students, people who've studied with me, probably they can type it out for others. So Mahanarayan oil for any kind of such nervous system imbalances for foot massage. Now, foot massages are really good for people. Now, this is one of the best therapies for people with high blood pressure. If there is high blood pressure, then regular foot massages either with Brahmi Amla oil or even with coconut oil, that is also good for high blood pressure. So that is also one other thing. Now, foot massages, I know I keep smiling every time I think of an indication to tell you. Foot massages are also not very good for people who may be suffering from conditions like colitis or ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. That means any inflammation in the gut, just not in the large intestine, but even in the small intestine. Conditions like, acidity, hyperacidity, gastric ulcers, duodenal ulcers. For all of these, then once again, foot massages with either Brahmi Amla oil or Kumari oil. Kumari oil is aloe vera oil. So Brahmi Amla or Kumari oil foot massages for excess inflammation in the GI tract. Now, one other time foot massages work really, really well is for people who suffer from what we call as pitta or heat-related insomnia. You will see that insomnia can be of two kinds. One is vata related, and for that hand massages are good. Now, for pitta related insomnia, you will see that these are the people who sometimes wake up middle of the night either sweating a lot or feeling really hot. And they may also say that it is difficult for me to go back to sleep because of that excess heat, because of that sweating, they can't go back to sleep. For us, this is pitta related insomnia. Now, for this kind of pitta related insomnia, then once again, foot massages either with Brahmi Amla oil, or there is one more oil called as Jatyadi oil. Jatyadi oil is made from jasmine. So again, these two oils are really good for pitta related insomnia, or even for women who may be suffering from hot flushes during any kind of menopausal changes. Then, so that is one other important indication for foot massages. Now, another important indication for foot massages are skin related conditions. So things like psoriasis, eczema, and acne, but all of these where pitta or heat is dominating. So when I say pitta related psoriasis, there may be bleeding or burning or redness of the lesions for all, eczema or acne or psoriasis. And if that is the case, then we have one oil, we call it as Chandana Bala Lakshadi oil, or Chandana Lakshadi oil, that is how we call it over here. So again, foot massages with that for all skin imbalances. It works really well, you will be amazed. Or even Kumari oil, that is aloe vera oil for skin related imbalances. So that's one other thing. Now, foot massages are also very good for people who may be suffering from sciatic nerve imbalances, varicose veins. I know people can't really see that change or that kind of connection, but varicose veins too, or any kind of nerve related imbalances, especially sciatica. Once again, for that you can use either Mahanarayan oil, you can use sesame seed oil, you can use Kumari oil, so many different oils for any kind of nerve related imbalances or even varicose veins. Now, if someone is suffering from extreme heat in the body, when I say extreme heat, conditions like overactive thyroid, hyperthyroidism, that is one thing to bear in mind. Second is chronic fatigue syndrome, so we call it myelinating encephalitis, or tiredness or exhaustion. If that is the case, then you will see that foot massages with either ghee, that is clarified butter, works really well, or even then foot massages with sesame seed oil for these conditions, or again Mahanarayan oil, so you can use any of these oils. So yes, excess heat, that is overactive thyroid or chronic fatigue syndrome. So yeah, I could go on and on in terms of indications, but I need to keep an eye on time so that I don't overrun. So I think these are good enough indications and illnesses or imbalances, where you can do foot massages. Please do bear in mind that yes, Pinda oil can be used for varicose veins too, and it works really well. That's correct. Yeah. Now, contraindications. So when is it best not to do Padabhyanga or foot massages? Now, luckily, we are very fortunate that just like the hand massage, there aren't many contraindications. That means foot massages can be done for many people. The only contraindications that you need to bear in mind is any local kind of, fungal nail infection, fungal infection of the toes or nails, then viral warts or verrucas. These are the three kind of main things to bear in mind. Now, when you're talking about these kind of contraindications, that again, this is where Ayurveda is so beautiful and unique, because when we talk about doing self-massage, you're not just doing self-massage. Through such techniques, you're actually even, yes, in a way self-diagnosing, but you're becoming aware of what is happening in the body. That means if before you start doing the foot massage, you'll have a look at the foot. If you see any kind of signs of, like varicose veins or fungal nail or toe like infection, you start working on it. Likewise, it can be the hand massage, it can be the tummy massage. You observe if anything is going wrong. Just not about doing a foot massage, but that also becomes a diagnostic or kind of, conclusive way of correcting if something is going wrong. So these are the main contraindications, and of course others are, bear in mind, if you're going to be doing self foot massage at home, this is not really a contraindication, but you'll be a bit careful if there is any kind of swelling of the joint or any kind of, kind of injury of the ankles. So be careful, don't put too much pressure. But best is to avoid it for a bit if there is any such local injuries. And likewise, any kind of, open wounds, open cuts, any kind of, injuries, to give it a bit of time, let it heal, and then go for the foot massages. These are the main contraindications. And one more, as I said earlier, during pregnancy, we do not massage Marma points in the anti-clockwise direction. So only clockwise, or just focusing on the long strokes that we've gone through, that itself is more than enough. So these are the main indications and contraindications for foot massages. I'm just going to check which is the best oil used for fibromyalgia. The best oil for fibromyalgia is either Mahanarayan oil. Actually, Brahmi Amla oil is one of the best. And you can also use Kumari oil, so any of these oils are good. Explain remedies direct from whoever has mentioned that, thanks a lot. I'm just going through all the questions just to make sure that I've answered all the questions. Does foot massage help with hair growth? Yes, absolutely. If the hair loss is because of excess heat, then you will be amazed. Foot massages with Brahmi Amla oil, ghee, or even coconut oil is really good, because when you're doing foot massages, bear in mind, you're literally drawing out, pulling out all the toxins. Just not doing foot massages, please bear in mind, you have to do, and I'm looking, just pointing out to my bowl of hair, but putting your feet in hot warm water is very, very important. Just foot massages on its own, no, because when you put your feet in hot water, it is like a steaming therapy. It's like Svedana but of a different kind, and it helps to draw out all the toxins. It's like, you know, if you want to call it amapachana, but in a very different way. That means detox in a very different way. So that is how foot massages again will help with, to help not just correct or, you know, prevent hair loss, but even if there is any graying of hair. Amazingly, foot massages, and I've not talked about it, I'm keeping an eye on time because I know I do talk a lot. If you want to change the status of your face, meaning if you're suffering from dark circles around your eyes, wrinkles around your eyes, tired eyes, or if you think that, you know, you start seeing the signs of, you know, aging on the face, of course, many people do things for the face, but start with your feet, because whenever there is excess heat in the body, all that heat of fire rises up to the head and neck region. Bear in mind, the tendency of fire is such, it always burns, or, you know, burns upwards. Likewise, even in the body, whenever there's excess heat, it will always come up to the head and neck region. And we believe that if you don't get rid of that heat from the head and neck region, it will start burning the tissues around. But because we know when we do a foot massage, that oil, again, bear in mind, Ayurvedically, because if I were to tell this to any medical doctor, they'll start kind of, you know, not arguing, discussing, but I do have an explanation for that too, thanks to my medical background. But when you apply oil to the feet and massage, we believe that that oil travels up through that nadi, coming up to the chakra, and then that oil again travels up to the head and neck region, and hence getting rid of those fine lines, wrinkles, dark circles around the eyes, foot massages. But to make it even better, after you do a foot massage, especially in the evening before you're going to be going to sleep, apply rose water eye pads to your eyes before you go to sleep. So foot massages followed by foot soak, foot bath, followed by rose water eye pads to the eyes at the end or before going to sleep, and you'll see a big change on the face too. So yes, it's amazing that just by doing things to your feet, you can actually bring changes everywhere else in the body too. Okay, so I think I have, I don't know if anyone has asked any other questions or not, but I think we can. What about hypothyroidism? Which oil is better? Just to let you know, Divya, for hypothyroidism, rather than doing foot massages, I think I have done a live chat, but I can do it again. Tummy massages, abdominal massages are the best. It's like, just, I know, supposed to be a foot massage live chat, but because someone has asked, very simple, circular strokes on the tummy. We say side to side strokes, short circular strokes around. So just something to your tummy on a daily basis is very good for underactive thyroid, that is hypothyroidism. So if you want, I can go through that in one of my other live chats. And if you're looking to do, the best oil for that is Kumari oil or aloe vera oil. That is really good for hypothyroidism. But then along with that, you can also do a massage with sesame seed oil or Mahanarayan oil, So these are the best oils for underactive thyroid. Okay, so we shall stop over here. And someone has asked, how do you balance pH? If you're looking to make your body more alkaline, if you want, I can do another live chat. And yeah, just start off with foot massages for now, because when you do foot massages, helps to get rid of that excess heat from the body. It literally draws out, literally pulls out all the inflammation in the body. So that is one of the best things, again, to help balance pH. Again, for varicose veins, again, foot massages are good. But if you're going to be doing the foot massage, is just not for the feet. You're coming up till the knees, massaging around the knees. And best oils then to use for varicose veins can be Kumari oil, Pinda oil, Mahanarayan oil, all of these are good. Okay, so yes, I can do a live chat on fibromyalgia too, not a problem at all. Okay, yes, foot massages will make a lot of difference for fibromyalgia too. So yes, you can, for varicose veins too. So yes, you can do it. Okay, and I keep saying I'm going to go, but I keep answering every other question. I don't mind it. But I've got another appointment now. I've got an online consultation for which I need to go. Okay, anyway, so have a great day on your side. And if you do have any questions, please do message, leave a comment and ask me. And hopefully I will see you soon again. Take care. Bye.